All right, let's talk about the 4 pillars of success in your 20s and what does it really take to become successful at a young age. So pillar number 1 of being successful in your 20s is stop wasting your time. Okay, if you're in your 20s, if you're in your high teens, and if you're just someone who's very ambitious at a young age, or even someone who doesn't know their path and what they're pursuing in life at a young age, just do one thing and don't waste your time. And what I mean by that is that when you're in your 20s, when you're at a super young age, if you don't have money, if you don't have a house, if you don't have a car, if you even don't have a roof over your head, the one thing you do have is time. Time is on your side, all right? Let's say you compare yourself, who's a 20-year-old person who has no ambitions in life or who is ambitious, and then let's say you take an 80-year-old billionaire who has all the money in the world and someone who really doesn't have much time left in their life. I'm telling you right now, that person will give up everything to be in your position. So that just goes to show how big of an advantage you have in your life right now. So stop wasting your time. Realize that your time is limited and your time is precious. And the moment you realize that, you're not going to want to waste a single second of it, because if you focus all your time right now at this age into all your passions, into pursuing your passions, into accomplishing your wildest dreams, I'm telling you, you're going to get so much further ahead than the person who's wasting it and doing shit that really doesn't give them an advantage in the long run. So pillar number 1, don't waste your time. All right, pillar number 2 kind of goes hand in hand with pillar number 1, which is stay focused on your own goal, stay focused on your own plan, and stay focused on your own process. A lot of people in their 20s, a lot of people at a young age, they suffer from something I like to call comparison. They compare themselves to the person next to them. They compare themselves to people on social media. But let me be the first to tell you that this is such a bad way of thinking, because if you focus instead on accomplishing your dreams instead of comparing yourself to everyone else, you will get so much more further ahead. Okay, the third pillar of becoming successful at an early age is doing what you love and not giving a fuck about what everyone around you says about it. Right now is the time for you to take the most risks you can. It's the time for you to focus all of your energy, all of your mental efforts, everything you're doing, all of your hard work into the thing you love the most. And this is super hard for everyone to understand, especially if you're a young person, because you see the person next to you and you see someone else who's in a different path in their own journey, and you're like, damn, I wish I was as successful as them. What are they doing for me to get there? But quite frankly, you're probably thinking to yourself, you're like, that's not even what I want to do. But you're looking at them and you're seeing where they're at, and you're like, maybe I should focus on that. No, focus on this thing, okay? Focus on this thing that you love so much and this thing that you obsess about every single day. Don't give a fuck about what that person's doing. Focus on the thing you love for as long as you can, because right now is the time for you to take risks. It's the time for you to go all out on the thing you love and to not give a shit about what the next person is telling about you, okay? If you double down on it and if you give it time, if you're patient with it, if you're patient with the process, it will pay off in the long run. And finally, that pillar leads me to the 4th one, which is don't be afraid to take risks. Take risks while you're young, because you're at an age where whatever you do, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do in the grand scheme of things, let's say you live for 100 years old and you're 20 right now. Let's just say you're 20 right now. If you take a risk and you focus on what you really obsess about and what you really love, focusing on that thing now and it failing a year later or it failing 2 years later is so much more better than you not trying it in the first place because you were scared. Because if you don't go for what you want and you're scared to take that risk, you're scared about what other people will say about it, you're gonna live a life full of fear and a life full of regret, because you're gonna look back on these moments, you're gonna look back at this age you're at right now, you're gonna wish that you would have been more confident in that thing. You're gonna wish that you would have risked everything for it, because the older you get, the more responsibilities you get. A bunch of things come in life that once you're hit with it, there's really no way to go back at this age and go all in on the things you love. So my advice for you as a 4th pillar is go all in on what you love. Take risks. Don't be afraid to take a risk, because think about it, you have 80 more years to, number 1, fix those mistakes, and number 2, try something else. All right, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this. That's the 4 pillars of being successful at an early age, at a young age, and I hope it helped some of you out. I hope it gave some of you some value, and if it did, please drop a like on this video because it does help me out, and subscribe for future videos just like this. So thank you guys once again, and I will catch you in the next video.